Today's video, we are going to talk about quality scores, specifically why low quality score on Google Ads doesn't really matter anymore like it did back in the day. And here's why. And here's what does matter, okay? There's something else that matters way more, which is making money, in short, okay? We're all doing this to make money, not to make Google money, not to make Google happy, not to make technically our customers happy, because we wouldn't be doing what we're doing for free. We're here to make money. Everything I talk about on this channel is about making money or trying to make money. I don't talk about theory or dorky BS here about, oh, this feature does this and it's cool. I'm trying to give you the brass tacks information. You need to go out there and actually make millions of dollars in sales profitably on Google Ads and other online advertising venues. That's exactly what I'm going to deliver to you here today on today's video. And I wanted to make this video because this is something I like to go over common misnomers. Clients that come to me at my firm here at our Guarantee PPC ask, why isn't the quality score higher? I answer it. The most common questions I come across, I answer on these videos because I know the rest of you guys also ask them as well. And it helps you guys make more money, the ones that I'm not physically working with directly one-on-one. So with that said, I'll get directly into the content. Of course, higher quality scores mean lower cost per click every time. So they do matter in that regard. That has not changed in the last 20 years. Been doing this since 2005 myself. And this means more ROI every time. Lower your cost per click for the same clicks. Assuming the clicks are the same quality, same clicks as before. More ROI every time. This doesn't take a rocket science to figure out here. Now, that said, you could only really get, as kind of opposed to before, but it always kind of was sort of this way. You could only get a 10 out of a 10 quality score on a keyword since, of course, you got quality score calculated on a keyword by keyword basis in Google Ads. If you are super specific in your keyword targeting or the keyword that you are targeting in specific or the keyword you're talking about. To give you an example here, if I was selling shoes, right, and I was targeting the keyword red shoes, okay? Red shoes means a lot of damn things. It could mean red high heels or red tennis shoes or all this other stuff. What really I sell is just women's high heels, okay? So similarly to targeting red shoes, I target the keyword red high heels. Why? Because both of them have, to me, the potential to make money, assuming I'm just starting out for the first time. Now, with that scenario that I gave you, red high heels, red shoes, targeting both of those keywords to try to sell red high heels. The keyword for red high heels, I'm going to have the natural inclination or propensity to have a higher quality score on that keyword with the same quality of ad writing skills and landing page crafting skills as I am on the keyword red shoes. So you can almost think of quality score not so much as a gauge of how well your ads and landing pages are, more than how good you are at picking keywords that specify or are very honed in on what you sell. Because relevancy is the bigger key. You could have a dog shit ad, but if your ad is the only ad at the top of Google or the only ad that tells the user what they ultimately are looking for, they're going to click on it at a super high rate and they're going to buy at a super high rate, assuming you obviously took them to a reasonable, to the right spot as well on your site, and you would have a high quality score. So it's not even about the ad, or even if your ad is better than your competition's ad. What matters is how relevant the keyword is to what you're selling and what the user ultimately wants. Because you could trick them to get to your site, but unless you actually have that, then it ain't going to work out for you as well. So another way you could think about this is the red shoe keyword. You're only going to have so much potential to get to get a high quality score. And no matter what you do on red shoes, if you sell red high heels, you may only be able to get at most a 5 out of 10 quality score, okay? Whereas on red high heels, you have the potential to get a 9 out of 10 high quality score. Why? Because there's only so much there to get. And going into this further, on a search that, of course, exactly matches your product, then the high quality score is basically easy to get, like I mentioned before. For other terms that it's somewhat arbitrary what it is that the user wants when they type that keyword in, it's not so easy to get a high quality score. No matter how good you are at writing ads, no matter how good you are at making landing pages to take people to, because there's a mix of different people searching for that keyword that want slightly different things. Some people who search for red shoes want red tennis shoes. Some people who search for red shoes want red high heels. And all of us that are trying to make money from that person searching for red shoes offer something slightly different. You could try to write an ad that appeals to everybody, and you'd be wasting your time, particularly if you sell red high heels and you say, we sell red shoes here, it's just to get a high click-through rate, because they're going to get to your site, they're not going to convert anyway, defeating the whole purpose. So as it comes to less specific terms that you think you can siphon off, some traffic from, in other words, treat Google sort of like a billboard, which you're not technically supposed to do, but for some keywords it does work, and you're going to say, I have red high heels here, even though they search for red shoes, and then hope the percentage of people that search for red shoes on an ongoing basis that are looking for red high heels see my ad and then will go to my site versus somebody else's site. You'll know just going in, because you've watched this video, that you're only going to expect so high of a quality score on that keyword, because you only have so much potential of all the people searching for red shoes to click on your ad. There's only 30% of the people who search for red shoes who want red high heels, and that's just how it is. So you could write the best damn ad in the world, have the best landing page in the world. You're not going to convince a guy to buy red high heels if that's not what he's looking for. And so really, the potential in that scenario, if only 30% of people are looking for red high heels and you're targeting red shoes, your quality score potential might only be a 3 max anyway. So that's the main thing I wanted to basically convey on this video here today, is it's not about how good your ad is per se. It's about the targeting more than the ad and the landing page itself. Yet, the ad and the landing page does still matter, because the better that is, the higher the quality score you can get. But there's a roof on the quality score you can get based upon what you're doing and how well what you're doing matches what the keyword is and the people searching for that keyword. So you could think of the quality score as kind of like a secondary guiding metric to tell you if a certain ad that you have gets a good higher click-through rate, or gets a better click-through rate, or gets a better conversion rate after the user clicks on the ad and gets to your site, because the better of job you do on those two things there for that keyword, the higher your quality score is going to go, right? But it's only going to go so high, and that's just how it is. And you're just going to have to just know that going in. So and then even with that, quality score that's not even a real practical example of where you would even need to look at quality score, because if you want to get your quality scores up, you're not going to be looking at quality scores you're not going to literally write a new ad, test a new ad, and then watch and see if the quality score goes up to see if the ad is good, because it takes so much time for a quality score to recalculate that you're much better off, practically speaking, looking at the click-through rate of the ad, not the quality score. If the click-through rate goes up, your quality score is going to follow. So in reality, the quality score doesn't even matter. It's, can I write an ad that gets a higher click-through rate than I had before? If so, the cost per click is going to come down. I don't need to look at the quality score. And the same thing with the conversion rate, given that half of quality score is due to click-through rate, half of it's basically due to conversion rate. So can you change and test a new ad of which points people to a new landing page that you've designed that you think can get a higher conversion rate? Does that get a higher conversion rate than the original landing page you were sending them to from your other ad? or does it not? And if it does, you know your quality score is going to go up. So for that, I don't even really look at quality score anymore. It's pointless. I know click-through rate and quality score is what, click-through rate and conversion rate is what quality score is based upon. And I know how quality score correlates and is tied to cost per click, but I don't need quality score to tell me if I'm going to get a lower cost per click, because the click-through rate and the conversion rate does that for me already. Okay? The real indicator that matters that you should be really going for is profitability. Get the highest quality score you can, but don't focus on it, since it's impossible to do that for every keyword that could and would be profitable to you. So going back to the previous example that I gave you with the red shoes keyword, with that, there's certain people that are looking for red high heels that are searching for red shoes. And I could take the approach that, oh, it's too arbitrary of a term, too many people are searching for other things other than red shoes, I'm not going to bid on it. And because when I bid on it, I only get a 3 quality score. That in and itself would be dumb. Why? Because there is a portion of people searching for red shoes that would buy my product. The only question is, how much can I pay for a click off of the people searching for red shoes, ultimately, to where what I'm paying for those clicks generates me a profit still. People searching for red high heels, I could pay $1.50 a click and still be at 1,000% ROI, because the people who search that and then click on my ad convert at a super high rate. People who search for red shoes and then click, a lot of them are accidentally clicking, even though my ad might say we actually have red high heels, are going to click anyway, thinking that they're half asleep when they're making these searches half the time. They were looking for red tennis shoes anyway. They clicked on the ad. They didn't. Oh, they made a mistake. They go back to Google. We know there's going to be a certain percentage of that is going to happen. So therefore, we know we could pay less for a click, but we're not going to give up on it automatically. We're going to see what the value of those clicks for that keyword are, and then we're going to tell Google, we're only willing to pay this much for these clicks from this keyword, no more. I'm willing to pay $1.50 a click over here for this keyword, but only 50 cents a click for this particular keyword. And Google, if you could send me traffic for this keyword here at 50 cents, I'll take it. If not, oh well. I guess it is what it is. And that's how you maximize the profit from Google Ads in your niche. You don't necessarily shut any keyword or idea down by default. You simply use it, you do it, through your tracking, you evaluate the return potential from that, and then you adapt accordingly. And there'll be certain keywords. You'll have more keywords and more sales from these arbitrary terms where it's, the waters are murky, because there's more searches like that than super specific searches at the end of the day in a lot of markets. So that's basically how you should approach things, and if you want to make the most money from Google Ads, okay? And with that, most of your keyword quality scores are going to be low, but it doesn't matter, because you're still making some money from a keyword that gets a 3 quality score at the end of the day. And for that matter, all the rest of the people in your niche or the targeting that same keyword are all kind of in the same boat. Going back to the keyword example that I was talking about before, red shoes. Everybody who sells red shoes are selling specific red shoes. They all can only get so much from that keyword, given that, so in other words, everybody has that same problem of trying to get the person who searches for red shoes to their site, given that everybody's idea of what red shoes is a little bit different. So everybody's quality score is going to be a 3. Ultimately, quality score should be based upon how well you're doing relative to other advertisers, if you will, and it sort of is, but I guarantee you, based upon what my experience is doing this and running hundreds of different accounts, that's not necessarily the case. If you were to go look in a bunch of different ad accounts for all the people actually targeting that keyword red shoes, most of them are going to have a low quality score. And that's just how it is, because the keyword and the people typing that keyword in are wanting too many different things, and the people that advertise nobody's offering all things to everybody who wants to search for a red shoe. They just don't. They're specialized women's shoe sellers. there's men's shoe sellers, there's sportswear shoe sellers, and then everybody's just going to try to figure out if that keyword can work and pay whatever they can afford to pay. Whoever can afford to pay the most will get the most clicks ultimately, but nobody's going to get a good quality score because ultimately there's too many people they can't serve there that they just got to weed out in order to get to the good part of that keyword, if you will, the section of the market that searches for that keyword that actually wants a product like they sell already. So that's how you should really look at quality score anymore. It's just a secondary, it's really an outdated metric, if you will. You got to get a higher click-through rate, higher conversion rate if you want to drop your cost per click. And you should try, if you do things my way anyway, and you're starting out without a lot of money, you go after long tail keywords only first, or very specific searches. You get that working. You reinvest your money into slightly more vague or arbitrary terms. Get that working. Then you reinvest that money into a little bit more vague or arbitrary terms. Get that working. Reinvest that into a little bit more broader terms. And you keep going until you can't make the terms work for you anymore. So in that, you're never going to run out of money. It's just a matter of how far can you go. And you're just only going to go so far. In the shoe example I gave you, you might be able to target the keyword shoes and get it to work. Maybe not, maybe you will. But it would be dumb to target shoes at the beginning and just do this huge shotgun blast approach to Google ads, which a lot of people when they start out do, and then they fail and then they say, why does it not work? And instead go the smarter approach, which is figure out should go after the specific terms first that you know for sure will work. You're not going to waste your money on, because there's no way in hell that if they search for these exact terms that most accurately represent your product, that you're not going to not make money from them, and then you work your way up. It'll also kind of help your momentum, because if Google sees what you do serves their users really well, the next ad you come out with will actually get really good traction quickly, which is a part of something called Google's, or that people in the know call Google account quality score. In other words, they look at what ads do that, if they do well in the past, they'll assume future ads will do well. So if you're going to start out with really crappy ads that target people that, a lot of people that don't want your product or service, well then you're just going to struggle a lot more. People don't do this though because they get excited about starting Google ads and it's easy to put a credit card in and they think it's going to work like mad, like quickly, and if it were that easy, everybody would do it. People that spend the most time and effort to set their ads up right are the ones that make all the money. And there's like 10 to 20% of every market that makes most of the money and everybody else is making little to nothing. Even if you see people advertising for years on the top of Google, doesn't mean they're making money. I can attest for that. Half of or more of the people don't even have tracking set up, so they don't even know what they're making. So just use your brain to decide what to invest in. And as it comes to quality score, don't pay attention to it, because at the end of the day, it's just a vanity metric pretty much as it's come to, and as it pertains to getting to the end goal, as I said, of actually making the most money from Google ads. So I'll wrap it up with that though. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, I'd appreciate it if you give it a like and consider subscribing, as I have a ton of other content on this channel about how to make money with ads on Google, Facebook, LinkedIn, and so on and so forth, coming straight from an ad strategist who manages dozens of ad accounts on an ongoing basis. Not a YouTuber or consultant that doesn't do a lot of different ad testing. I actually do. I'm in the trenches and I'm giving you the stuff that works on this channel. Furthermore, if you like my channel, by the way, you can find my blog at guaranteeppc.com/blog, as well as my column at entrepreneur.com. With that said, if you are looking for an ad manager, I am the guy that you want to talk to. We guarantee all our clients' results in terms of increase in sales before we charge fees up front if we take you on. We don't work with just any client, but if you want to see if we can work together, reach out to me at my firm and I'll see if we can put something together like that. Then basically all you got to do is sit back and wait for the results to come in. So with that said, if you have any questions, by the way, about anything I cover on today's video, leave me a comment below. I get back to every single person who leaves me a comment on this channel, usually within a couple days' time. You can ask me any ad-related question you'd like, and I'd be happy to try to get back to you as best as I can. If you are not looking for an ad manager and want to shortcut your way to success, we also have ad templates we've been selling. In that we've worked in a market for a long period of time. We've worked in hundreds of markets to date, by the way, at our agency. You could take the ad templates, landing page templates that work for your industry, copy paste them into your account, and we sell them for a one-time fee, of which we could tell you what results you would get up front because we got the same results in your same market. So at the very least, you should reach out and see if we've worked in your market before, because that could save you tons of money and time getting to the really good part of the results you could get running ads in your market. So if you're interested in that, reach out to us. We've got people using these templates to even start side businesses, lead selling businesses, or just getting into e-commerce for the first time. Starting a business with a working ad template and landing page template system is the way to go. So with that said, I'll wrap it up with that though. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you on my next video where we have another great strategy for you then. See you later.